Okay. No, I didn't. I just felt like lying. See, the page is fine. Man, I made this 3 years ago. I remember like it was yesterday. Okay, so if you're new here, you're about to witness an unusual video format that is so weirdly specific, I just went for clickbait. Because a normal title would be just as unhelpful and misleading. So I recommend watching episodes 1 and 2 to better understand what it is we're doing here. And action! Wait, no, hold on, wait, sorry, hold on, real quick. In my last video, I said this. Alright, so I started this by trying to create the illusion that I recorded the sketching process. I don't do that. I did not elaborate on this, so I don't record myself actually drawing. I only record line art and coloring. My sketching process is a little hard to watch. I don't want to talk about it. But I was trying to record like as much as I could for this whole process. So my solution was to do this thing where I start... Oh, wait. Oh, it already happened. Can we get playback on that? So here's my initial sketch. Very sloppy, lazy, chicken scratchy. But then... Bam! Clean that mess right up. Off camera. So yeah, that was my alternative to actually recording the sketching. Because I didn't want to do that. So returning viewers will know what's going on here. And if you don't, then again, you gotta watch my first 2 videos. You just gotta. I'm sorry. Anyway, what we have here is a component of some lost media. Okay, watch the first few seconds of this TikTok. Almost all the footage from that little opening is lost to time. That snapping that I showed earlier is all that's left. Let's put those on my list of lost media, which I just now decided to create. But, who are these people? Who are we looking at here? Meet my original characters, Ariel and Tatiana. Putting them on the screen now. So previously, we had Claire and Skylar, who have a classic rivalry. Next we had Harper and Leo, who have the Grumpy and Sunshine thing going on. Now, Ariel and Tatiana have a bit more of a specific dynamic. I can't really fit them into a well-known trope box. Hold on, I'm gonna make some boxes. Box number 1. Person A wants a sexy rivalry with Person B, but Person B is just too normal. Box number 2. Wannabe villain gets some lessons in theatrics from a theater kid. Box number 3. Actual theater kid, and someone who would be a theater kid if they weren't so scared of being perceived. So are any of these tropes? Well, they should be. Okay, so here's the thing about this footage, guys. There is a lot of it. Claire and Skylar had 99 clips, Leo and Harper, 80. Ariel and Tatiana, they have 156 clips. So we're only going to be covering the first page on the left side of the sketchbook in this video. The second page on the right side will be covered in a part 2. There's so much footage because I really thought if I just made a ton of TikToks, one of them is bound to take off, right? No. Well, maybe the videos didn't take off for a good reason because this clip is going in and out of focus, and perhaps that prompted people to just scroll away. I don't blame them. Okay, too much line art. We're moving on. No, more snaps. Okay, so I don't even have a TikTok with the snap transition I was creating here. I think this was supposed to transition into the skin being colored, but I don't have any snaps of that part. I think I just abandoned the snapping thing by this point. God, I hope I did. I guess we'll find out in future videos. So here's something kind of different. In my previous videos, I do these washi tape removals near the end, but this time I did them near the beginning. If you look closely, you can see that some of the page is being like ripped up. This is easier to fix if it's just the lines. Here's me breaking the immersion. Okay, this next clip just really encapsulates why making videos of my art process is a lot more difficult than it should be. I wanted to try recording some of the skin coloring, but I knew that if I used my normal method, which requires my phone being directly in my way, I would mess it up. So I set my camera off to the side. It makes sense, right? And there it goes, just yanked out of the frame. Let's try that again. Alright, well, like I said earlier, I was just trying to get as much short-form content as I could out of the sketchbook spread. So instead of leaving out the skin coloring process, I tried to I tried to film it, not form it. I think I got a clip of almost every single instance of skin tone on this page, and I don't think I ever got this much again on camera. I just don't like how precise I have to be around the eyes and the mouth, while also coloring quickly enough so the ink doesn't end up splotchy. I'll get more into this in a bit. Maybe. Hey, look at this. This clip is like slightly wider. See, look, watch. No other clip in this video is like this. I'm sure there is a very logical explanation that a lot of people are acutely aware of, but I am not. Alright, so as we speed through the rest of these, I will say that I did record a bunch of talk here about my characters' designs and how they're currently undergoing some maintenance, mostly in regards to their hairstyles and their outfits. But you know what? Let's save that for a part. Oh my god, I almost had it. Let's save that for part 2. It'll be a bit easier to talk about, considering Ariel and Tatiana are dressed better on the next page. Here, they're dressed really boring, because I'm pretty terrible at outfit design. Oh hey, watch this. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Okay, we're gonna No, damn it, fuck. Okay, we're gonna keep speeding here. I did consider explaining my skin coloring methods in detail, but you guys, I just do not have a way with words. If that isn't abundantly clear. How about this? I will say that each character of mine has at least 3 Copic markers assigned to them for their skin tones. For example, Ariel has these 3 colors, and in this video, I tend to start coloring with the middle one, and then shade with the darkest one, and then the lightest one just kinda gets forgotten about. But these days, I try to start with the lightest one, then add on the middle color, and then finish shading with the darkest. Perhaps I can try to get into this later? I don't know, I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to get into these things I'm saying I'm gonna get into. Oh, okay, we got one of my biggest, most colossal fuck-ups here. Okay, so remember I said that I think... No, I'm reading the wrong part of the script. Fuck! Okay, let me backtrack to a moment in a previous clip that was not acknowledged and also sped up to hell and back. And I'm not doing a fun rewind or flashback effect, we're just gonna... Yeah. I'm using a colored pencil here to lighten Tatiana's palm, and this method worked out just fine for this. Probably considering that you can't even see the palm anyway. So of course I thought, I'll just do that again for Ariel's palm, which is fully visible and on display for all to see. And you will never guess what happened next. Yeah, it didn't fucking work. I fucked this up so bad. I just fully used the wrong colors. God, look at me using yellows and oranges and just making it worse and worse. What the hell was I thinking? This was only 3 years ago. Later, I managed to fix it off screen. Well, okay, I at least got it to a point where it looks semi-normal. Another drawing on this page will indicate that I learned my lesson, but did I? I wonder. Alright, unrelated, but my previous video featured a couple guest stars, like, playing in the background of these clips, and we got another one here.
This project has done some weird stuff to my brain.
I like how these YouTubers will likely go their entire lives never knowing that they accidentally starred in my videos. Ooh, the hand. Oh dear. Yes, it gets fixed later, but still painful to look at. Maybe the title of this video isn't too far off, actually. And we got another guest star here.
Born to be songs. Alright, I'm just gonna leave it. That was kinda cool. But I was born to be songs.
Okay, so we're almost to the end here. I have a few more things coming up that I'm going to talk about, but we've got some time right now, so y'all mind if I ask for some engagement? You know, hit the like button, subscribe, turn on notifications, all that crap. Feed my delusions, please. Oh, and let me know what you thought of this video in a comment if you want. I still have no idea what my goals are with this channel and this dumb format. I'm open to any feedback, good or bad. Let me know if there's anything you want me to get into more in the next video. Or get into less, even. Tell me what I should shut up about. Also, let me know if anyone has any ideas for what I could title this type of video. The clickbait this time around was just an experiment. I just wanted to see what would happen. I may try it again for part 2, but after that, I don't know. Personally, I think it would be funny to start using clickbait fake titles that have nothing to do with anything, and I don't mention them in the videos at all, but I don't know if I'm funny or interesting enough to justify that. We'll see. Oh, okay, get into this. In this clip, I talk to myself, as I often do, see previous video, but here, I say something completely out of left field, unprompted, and it's so embarrassing and weird and unexplainable and borderline problematic that I will not be sharing it. I'll tell you what, I'll share what it is if I ever get 10 million subscribers. That's how humiliated I am. Okay, so we have some nice ASMR marker sounds and no copyrighted music playing here, so I'll go ahead and leave the sound on for this next clip. So, this little crying face of Tatiana's is probably my least favorite aspect of all three of these spreads. I prefer Ariel's fucked up hand over this. She's in a chibi style, or chibi, however you want to say it, but it looks very weird, and it's even worse from a distance, so it's just a no from me. Now, originally, I had this thing planned here where I would redraw this crying Tatiana in my current sketchbook and try to figure out how to make her look less weird. And this would have been the time for me to go back and address those things I said I would get back to. But sadly, this idea will not fully come to fruition. One of the reasons I'm revisiting all of this old traditional art content in the first place is because right now, I am really struggling to make new art, especially on paper. Like, I can't really draw on paper anymore. And it doesn't help that my markers are starting to run out of ink and dry out, and I'm reluctant to use them due to a lack of income. Donate to my Ko-fi or support me on Patreon. Digital art is fair game, though. I can still do that. Kinda. I can color cleaned up sketches, that's about it. So let's pause everything real quick to take a look at this. Here's this thing from 2021 reimagined in 2024. A quick side-by-side. Wow, you can really see the difference in skin tones here. Some of the markers I have for my characters don't quite match their digital counterparts, and I'll say, for the record, the digital skin tones of my characters are the canon ones, if you will. I'll try to get more into this in part 2, emphasis on try. The more I mention part 2, the less certain I am about it. Notice Ariel's new hairstyle. Tatiana should be getting a new hairstyle someday too, but for now, she'll just have her bob. Maybe someday I can print this out and try to color it with markers, but today is not that day. On the bright side, this video will get posted slightly faster because coloring digital sketches takes me significantly less time. Okay, back to the bullshit. I'd like to point out that Tatiana is wearing a tank top, and Ariel, who is clearly next to her and existing in the same moment, evidenced by how she has stolen Tatiana's glasses, is wearing a thick turtleneck sweater. How about Ariel is standing next to an air conditioner and Tatiana is standing next to a heater? Or maybe they're just in Ohio. Earlier, I said I suck at outfit design, and that is extremely evident here because Ariel's sweater is just ugly, and it's gonna get worse in part 2. One could say it's ugly in a charming sort of way, but Ariel's supposed to be a fashion-forward type girl, and she wouldn't wear this. Tatiana might though, so yeah, I got this all wrong. Quick interruption, we have a returning guest star.
You're all wet because you're sneaking around a swamp in full military gear. A problem we all face.
Okay, hold on. Speeding through some of this to accommodate this next bit of voiceover that is more suitable for the next clip. Hey, see Ariel's hand there? Yeah, I learned my lesson. Instead of inexplicably relying on colored pencils, I just used the lighter marker tones that I have. It was that simple, and I am not sure why I didn't just do that in the first place. It's in my nature to fuck around and find out. And that's it. We're done. The video was almost over. That's awesome. Oh my god, wait. Are these supposed to be... Hold on. That wasn't even good. Hopefully that was the actual instance of the last time I ever did the snap thing, because I never want to see it again, thanks. And that's a wrap. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. Much, much appreciated. Normally, I'd go on a little bit of a tangent, reflecting on this video and what I could do differently and yada yada. No. Any retrospective will be saved for part 2. Analytics told me that about 38 people watched my previous video all the way through, and if you're in that group again, I just want you to know that you are better than everyone else on Earth, and infinitely better than anyone who clicked on this and then immediately clicked off when they saw my pngtuber. I still appreciate those people for giving me a shot, but you are the best and most appreciated of all. Actually, wait, you know what? Let me revise that statement. The people who clicked on this and then immediately clicked away are not appreciated at all. If you did that, fuck you. But yeah, thanks again for watching. Come back for part 2, like the video, subscribe, leave a comment. Okay, I think everybody left. If you're still here, I have a secret. I lied like 6 times in this video. Here's what I lied about. Later.